So I was reminded by someone this week who's been watching my videos that all it takes for evil to prevail is for good people to stand by and watch and do nothing. Thank you, Karen, for sharing that with me. And the next sentence she shared was Hitler didn't put 6 million Jews to death all by himself. We're living in a world where the messages of hate and division are non-stop. And we have to decide at this moment in time how we are going to respond. I've been encouraging you through all of this, one, to turn it off, turn off the noise, turn off the distraction, turn off all the mainstream stuff, and search carefully for your sources of information. I encourage you, if you just don't know what to believe and you can't figure out what's going on, I fully believe that if we all knew the truth, there would be no question who we're going to vote for. No question. That's why we need such a distraction. It's why we need all this stuff to try and confuse everybody. Try and make it a close game here. We need to search for information on opposing sides. We need to work through these things. Where can you look for information? I am going to be working. I'm going to try and work on some resources for where you can look for information. Look up some radio stations. There's a lot of different sources of information. We must search for truth. We must at this point in time. It's not going to be handed over to us. So once I had come to accept the fact that I was going to start making videos such as these, it wasn't exactly something that I was like jumping up and down to do, but I felt like I was supposed to start doing this. I was waiting for a sign that it was time to go, waiting for my sign to start. And I was listening to music on my phone one night and this song came on. It is called Stand by Ann Wilson, and I want to read the lyrics to you. Stay quiet, blend in, don't let them know what you think. Don't offend, just give in to what the crowd believes. Yeah, you can always just go with the flow. Don't you dare push back. Stay low. Don't you know it's safer where you're at? Yeah, you can always be the one who ran. Or you can stand. Stand your ground. Say, I won't back down even when the whole world's against me. I'm standing strong because I know who's with me. Brave in the face of fear. Let them know you're here. Yeah, we all got a choice in life. You can run, you can hide, you can fall for the lies, or stand. Will you stand for love when all you see is hate? Will you follow the crowd, or will you lead the way? You ain't meant to be the one who ran. The chorus repeats itself, and then it continues. Stand for injustice, stand for the weak, stand for the voiceless that need you to speak. Stand for what's right. Stand for what's true. Stand like a cross on a hill that stood for you. Stand. Stand your ground. Say, I won't back down. Even when my whole world's against me, I'm standing strong because I know who's with me. Brave in the face of fear. Let them know you're here. Yeah, we all got a choice in life. We can run. You can hide. You can fall for the lies. Or stand. So how can we stand? I think it's important at this moment in time that we each are taking some time to ponder, what can I do? Okay, here's part of my response. You're watching along with it right now. What can you do? What can you do? Can you start sharing some things on social media? Just gonna put it out there that on social media, a lot of these things aren't going to get shown to anyone because they don't fall in with the agenda that they want to share on social media. So I'm just warning you. You can put it out there and some people may see it. Chances are pretty good. A lot of people won't, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't try. What else can we do? Talk to people. Start conversations with people. People on the opposing side, I know. We're afraid to even approach conversations about these things because things have become so polarized. But what if we could have conversations that look something like this? Like, I know this is something that gets really heated and we've never agreed on this, but I was just wondering, I thought maybe we could try and talk a little bit. Like, could you just explain to me why you feel the way you feel, why you believe what you believe, or why you're going to vote the way you vote, and ask them where they get their information from, and try to understand where they're coming from. With the information that is available in our world, it is actually fairly understandable why a lot of people think what they think, because it's so confusing. If we can start to talk to each other, maybe we can work through some of these things. Maybe we can share, like, I found this source of information that I don't know that you'll agree with it. It may make you mad, but I feel like it's really important, and I wondered if it would be okay if I share it with you. It's hard to have big conversations, but we have to start somewhere. What else can we do? What can you do in your church? Can you go talk to your neighbors? This may sound silly. We need to start having community meetings. Like, this is a big deal. What is going on? Laws are being broken in our government, and things going on in our FBI right now literally terrify me. The way it appears, our court system is the only thing keeping us in the balance of this still being a democracy. I heard some things the other day about the court system and what could potentially happen depending on how the election goes. It's terrifying, but friends, we're not meant to live in fear. We will talk more in the coming days and weeks about some personal beliefs that have really helped me and have helped form the foundation of our country. And in that book I read that gives me strength and direction in this world, it says over 365 times, more than one time for every day of the year, do not fear. We're not going to live in fear. It's what they want. We're not going to play into that, right? We're going to figure out how we can stand and figure out how we can respond. History is fascinating. If you're a history buff, start sharing some of the amazing history of our country. It's inspiring, and it helps us remember that this is worth fighting for, and we're not going to give up. If you do music, if you do art, like that song, we need more of that. The last time I can remember and I don't know if you can exactly call that patriotic. She's wearing flag stuff in the music video, in case you're wondering. But the last time I remember a patriotic song coming out was after 9/11. Toby Keith's song is the last one I can remember. There's Lee Greenwood's God Bless You. His was Proud to be American, right? God Bless the USA. There's these songs throughout history. Like, we need things to remind us how important this is, and that we're going to stand together. I've had conversations with several people about how we want the feeling back from after September 11th. We want that feeling back. We stood together. We united. We looked past our differences, because what mattered more than anything was that we're American, and we're going to stand together in the face of evil. How do we get that back? How do we get that back without another catastrophe happening? It's not going to do itself. We have to start one person at a time, one act of faith, one act of kindness, one hard conversation at a time to find our common ground again. All it takes for evil to prevail is for good people to stand around and do nothing. Think today about what you can do to stand.